Hey guys, welcome to Strike Zone. In today's news, Daniel Cormier and Derek Lewis went back and forth this week. As Lewis gets ready for his fight against Jonata Denise this weekend, he took the opportunity to make some comments about DC during a media interview.
DC, man, because I'm still not sitting right with me, man. I don't know, man. Do people really like DC like that? I told DC in his face, man, that guy a piece of shit. He's a piece of shit, scumbag, man. DC.
Do you want to elaborate on that a little bit more? Why?
He know why.
DC knows why?
Yeah, DC know why. And everyone know why, too. He disrespect that Popeye's chicken. But other than that, he's a piece of shit.
After Lewis's comments, Ariel Helwani called Daniel Cormier live on the Ariel Helwani show to get his reaction.
We weren't sure if it's a joke or if it's a shoot. Is he working or is he...
I don't know, because I haven't seen him for a while, but I was pretty hard on him about retiring because he had lost a couple fights, and I was kind of telling the truth, and he seemed mad at me, but I haven't seen him. But I'm going to see him this weekend, and I'm going to kind of ask him, like, yo, are you mad at me?
He says, you know what you did. I hate to be, it's not my words, you know, I love you like a brother. He called you a piece of shit and a scumbag.
There's a little underlying, maybe. It sounds like it might be a little underlying. You might be a little pissed at me, maybe, because of the way I talked about him. I don't know what fight it was where he didn't look great. But then he knocked the last guy out, and I was like, well, I'm glad he's back. So, I don't know. It kind of, my opinions go with their performances, and I think maybe that's what it is. But in terms of anything else, Derek and I don't really have much, many things that we do together outside of just the Popeyes thing and in our fight. But it's like we can't be mad at each other. Like, we already fought. It's like it's settled. He's making big money now, constantly. We kind of put him in an area, and he's staying there, and I'm happy for him.
Okay.
I don't know what it is, though. I really don't know what it is. I'm going to watch. I need to see his face. I need to see if he's laughing. I need to see if he's joking. I need to see how he looks to see if he's really mad at me.
Yeah.
John Jones has broken his silence on his court case. Earlier this year, he faced 2 charges related to an incident during a random drug test where he reportedly engaged in a heated exchange with a testing agent, making threats and allegedly taking her phone while threatening to sue her. According to MMA Junkie, Jones and his legal team reached a settlement during a recent court appearance. Under the terms of the agreement, if he completes 4 hours of anger management therapy and avoids any legal issues in the next 90 days, the charges will be dismissed. In a social media update, Jones thanked the justice system for a swift resolution, which he believes supports his claim of innocence. He is eager to shift his focus back to fighting, anticipating the chance to defend his heavyweight title on November 16th at Madison Square Garden. Sean O'Malley explains why he's been calling the Hawk Tua girl. Last week, O'Malley was discussed on the Talk Tua podcast, where Haley Welsh told her friends that Suga is quite nice and has been frequently messaging her on Instagram.
What's he DMing you?
Dude, he's so nice. He's just conversating with me. He's like, what are you doing?
No, wasn't he like, didn't he like
what
call
are
you
doing?
like 5,000 times before he said
nice,
anything?
you know, right? What are you doing?
So when I seen him first like DM me, I had like 5 missed calls from him, and I was like, what the fuck?
Calling you?
Yeah, like on Instagram. I didn't even know you could fucking do that.
Hawk Tua shit. You guys see that?
He was trying hard for her.
I called Aiden Ross, Steve will do. I was calling a bunch of people to freestyle. And they wanted me to call Hawk Tua girl. So I found her IG and I tried to click the little call button, but it didn't go through. So I clicked it a few times. And she's like, he called me like 5 times. Which she's not wrong. I did call her like 5 times, but it was trying to get her to freestyle.
So,
and maybe a little Hawk Tua.
Dricus Duplessis sends a message to Khamzat Chimaev. Dricus Duplessis recently reached out to Khamzat Chimaev following Chimaev's impressive display of strength this past weekend. Not only did Chimaev inflict damage on Robert Whittaker's teeth, but he also succeeded in taking down the former champion multiple times, showcasing a level of efficiency that no other fighter has demonstrated against Whittaker until now.
See, Khamzat, he backs people up. I don't back up. And Khamzat being strong, and that's what I said with Whittaker after fighting him. His power wasn't something that I noticed when we fought, but when Khamzat fights, you can see he is strong against his opponents. But then you look at a guy like Gilbert Burns, you look at a guy like Kamaru Usman in a lighter weight division that went out there and they fought him. They didn't defend his wrestling. They wrestled him back. They fought him. And that's, when I fight, I don't know how to, back up. I'm going to go out there and fight you. And we've seen this with Khamzat. slowing down after the first round and a half. And I think that is because he uses so much power. He has the wrestling technique, of course, but he uses his strength as a weapon. And in this case, he has a gun and I have a tank when it comes to the strength. There's not a middleweight that's going to overpower me. It's not going to happen. So, and then we've seen myself going out there, doing that as hard as I can for 4 rounds, finishing easy, and then, of course, for 5 rounds with Strickland. With Khamzat, we haven't seen that. And we've seen him fading in fights. So stylistically, I think, especially the opening rounds, the first 2 rounds, it's going to be fireworks. I think it's going to be two absolute warriors in there, 2 bulls, and seeing who backs down first. But once it goes past round 2, if it goes past round 2, it's going to be smooth sailing.
As a guy who I know you love fighting, Dricus, and who doesn't want to be a part of the biggest events? I get the feeling this would be a big event and the fans would be so jazzed up for this thing. Is that the sense that you get? Like, this is what the fans want and this is going to be a big event and you're going to be at the center of it?
Yeah, absolutely. But I think it's a very good point making and saying, okay, cool, International Fight Week, that's a massive event. But then you also go and say, you look at a card and you look at the fights, and that's what makes an event big. Yeah. So, if myself and Khamzat, that's going to be a big event. No matter where it is, when it is, it's going to be a big one. Now, whether it be Strickland or Khamzat Chimaev, it's Strickland, I have felt everything you can give. And I promise you, this time, the judges won't need to be there. If it's Khamzat, you think you're strong, you think you're powerful, you have not felt anything. And I can't wait till I see it on his face, because I see it on every single person I fight's face when they realize, oh, shit, that is...
Justin Gaethje dropped by a body shot. Justin Gaethje shared footage today of himself training with body shots, but he ended up getting dropped during the session. He posted the clip to his Instagram story, captioning it, "You either smoke or get smoked." Conor McGregor seen trick-or-treating with his kids on Halloween. Conor McGregor was seen enjoying a festive Halloween, trick-or-treating with his family.
Here we go, Rena, look. Trick or treat! Hello! Trick or treat! Happy Halloween! Happy Halloween!
Belal Muhammed is out of title defense against Shavkat Rakhmonov. Belal Muhammed is officially out of his scheduled title fight against Shavkat Rakhmonov at UFC 310. He shared on Instagram that he's dealing with a bone infection in his foot, which requires a PICC line in his arm for IV antibiotics, keeping him out of action for at least 6 weeks. Belal expressed faith in the situation, saying, "Allah's plan is the best plan," and apologized to fans who were looking forward to the fight, promising he'll return soon. In response, Shavkat posted on X, wishing Belal a quick recovery and saying he's ready to face any contender for an interim title at UFC 310. Ian Gary appears to be down to face Shavkat on short notice. Ian posted this video to his social media.
There's some big names, there's some cool matchups, there's Shavkat, 18-0, undefeated. I'd love to get my hands on him. I've trained with him. I have nothing but respect for the guy, but I want to be the first guy to take his own. I know I can do it. That fight excites me so much. I've nothing but respect for the dude. It's purely out of, I don't want anyone else to beat him before me. He's 18-0, I'm 15-0. Let's go out there and put on a show and let's see who's really better.
Conor McGregor reacted to the news of Belal Muhammed pulling out of his fight. Belal had previously criticized Conor for withdrawing from his match against Michael Chandler due to a toe injury. In response, Conor posted with laughing crying emoji on X. Alex Pereira willing to step on short notice on UFC 310. According to MMA Mania, the UFC is urgently searching for a replacement main event for UFC 310 following Belal Muhammed's withdrawal. They've reportedly approached Alex Pereira with the idea of stepping in to face Muhammed Ankalaev on short notice. If the fight is confirmed, this would mark Alex's 4th title defense in only 8 months, highlighting his active and intense schedule. Alex seems interested. He hinted at being on board by dropping a phone emoji on Instagram in response to news of Belal's injury. Muhammed Ankalaev also responded with a phone emoji on X, signaling his readiness for the potential showdown.